Hey everybody, it's Tara, and I'm here reading from my book, Faces of Autism. And I've been doing a reading every day for the month of April for Autism Awareness Month. And we're getting near the end here, but I'm really excited to share a couple of more kiddos with you. And today we have Liam. Liam, I hope you're watching because you're cool. I just loved our session together. And I love these air guns. They're the funniest thing ever. I'm going to tell you about that. But Liam's word that his parents gave me as his one word to describe him is zealous. When asked about Liam, his mother said, Liam has an incredible imagination. He loves creating stories, although he isn't always willing to share them with the rest of us. He's determined. It has taken so much effort for him to learn many skills that most of us take for granted, but he doesn't give up. He continues trying in his quiet way to conquer his personal challenges. He has the most amazing memory. He is kind-hearted and compassionate. So I met Liam at the park where he brought his soccer ball to show off his mad soccer skills. And like most little boys, he was easily distracted by the fun. And I was having trouble getting a good photo of his bright smile. Add to that some very typical 9-year-old boy behavior, being goofy for the camera. I see this so often with boys of his age that they have to ham it up in order to avoid feeling awkward. It's amusing to me that every time I raised the camera to my face, Liam did the air guns or a wink or a hands on the hip pose, like this, like this. It was really hard. I struggled to get this picture right here. It was funny. And then I was kind of had enough of it, right? So it was hilarious and fun, and then enough. I need a natural look from him too. So we bailed on the soccer and went for a walk. Remember my previously, my little trick that I tend to do when things aren't going very well, let's go for a walk. Frankly, Liam was a little bit frustrated. He had wanted to do more cheesy stuff because he was having fun, and I wanted to do less silly stuff. So we chatted and walked and looked at the creek, and then it clicked. We started collaborating. I suggested that he do some leaps and jumps into the camera while I try to catch him midair with my camera. He was on board with this idea, which allowed me to not only get some silly jumping photos, but also some sweet natural smiles too. Liam and I went from being a little frustrated with each other to working together on creating some fun photos. And I knew he was back on my side when he hugged my arm to see the images on the screen of my camera. So at first, he had a certain way of that he thought the picture should go, and I had a certain way. And he's really a bright kid, and so it was easy to communicate with him. And even though he wasn't understanding like why I wanted natural stuff. In fact, I'll finish the story here on him, but I have to just tell you, like the air guns thing. This is kind of an example of how autism, that literalness, that component to autism sometimes, where people take things very literally, and you have to be careful kind of what you say, because a child with autism will take it to heart, right? So before the session, I believe his dad had said, hey, do a good job, Liam, be a good model, which, is good advice, right? Like kind of encouraging him to behave and cooperate. Well, Liam took that to mean that a model does this and does this and strikes a pose and a big cheesy grin and yeah. And I was laughing because it was funny, but then I was like, what is this? Like usually little boys his age can be goofy for a bit, but then they sort of drop it after a bit. But no, every time I brought my camera up, he was giving me the pose. And I finally asked him, kind of got it out of him that his dad had said, well, I'm supposed to be a good model. And this was his idea of being a good model, was that you struck a pose. And I said, you know what? I don't even need you to be a good model. I just need you to be Liam. I just need you to be yourself. And that's what I need. And then it got easier and better. And like I said, he was kind of frustrated. Like, I'm trying to do my best at being a good model. And he was doing a great job at that. But it was funny that it took a little understanding that he had gotten direction and was trying to follow the rules. So he was doing a great job with it, but I just had to realize that I don't need a model, I need a Liam. So here we go. At the end of the session, we had a few more minutes left, and knowing he had excellent self-awareness and some thoughts on autism, I asked him about it. I asked him what autism means to him, and his insight was beautiful. I'm paraphrasing a bit, but the main part of his message was this: people who have autism, it may make a bumpy road more bumpy, but it also gives us more creativity. I have it myself, and I think it gives us more of a challenge, but it makes us who we are. Yes, thank you for your insight, Liam. And you were a great model, and you're a great Liam. I love this kid. He's super insightful. And if you ever get the chance to meet him and ask him what he thinks, like, spend some time with him. So thank you.